Adam22, I have a few questions for you.
Alright, cool, man.
First of all, your hair. Several years ago you were bald, and now you have a luscious head of hair. I was wondering what your secret is.
Well, what they do is they, transplant the pubes onto your head. It's pretty sweet.
What an interesting procedure, but now we have to cut the shit. Currently, I have sexual allegations from adult actors.
So usually I just take 8 Xans and then I lick my girlfriend Zena's butthole. It's pretty sweet.
That's tremendous, but now my question. How do you get rid of these allegations?
Well, first of all, you gotta pretend to be woke and be super tight with the Clintons.
Why would I make peace with my enemies?
Hey, are you guys talking about girls?
Get out of here, Jew. The adults are talking.
Guys, I'm trying to watch Top Gun on my DVD, but it won't fit.
Well, first of all, Jew, that's a VHS.
Alright, what's up, bitches? Welcome to Famous Criminals, the greatest YouTube channel ever. Way better than that bitch-ass Gilligan, Adolf22. We're about to expose him and end his career, so buckle up your fucking safety belts and get some lube. It's okay if you feel a little bit aroused. Personally, I've never been more disgusted with any human being in my life. I'm actually really angry right now, and I never really liked Adam23. But after learning that he's got some serious allegations, I think he's pretty cool now. All jokes aside, No Jumper is probably one of the best interview channels on YouTube. Without Adam, we'd be stuck with Vlad and DJ Westwood, whatever that guy is. So let's start off from the beginning. Adam's dad was an early supporter of Bill Clinton, helping him get elected and doing some of his dirty work. Now, Bill Clinton is mostly famous for being a sexual deviant. He spent a lot of time on Jeffrey Epstein's island, where it was rumored that teenage girls were being trafficked. Jeffrey Epstein would get arrested multiple times for trafficking minors, and Bill Clinton was bro-dogs with him. Adam's dad, Philip Grandmason, really likes voting, so much that he got arrested for voter mail fraud back in the 90s. He got pardoned by none other than Bill Clinton. Later on, Bill Clinton would get impeached for receiving oral sex from Monica Lewinsky and then putting a cigar inside her vagina. Truly a great president. So let me clear up the voter fraud so you guys know exactly what he did. Adam's dad served as an at-large member of the Nashua Board of Aldermen. Grandmason served on the board's secondary school coordination committee. In other words, he was like a low-level politician, and in these small towns, there's a lot of political office spots that are easy to get into. Grandmason was a marketing director for a construction company. Pretty much what he did was he used his position of power as an alderman to manipulate contracts that ended up helping his construction company. To get major contracts, Grandmason and his company would bribe the other aldermen, and these efforts worked, and Ekman was approved for large projects. So eventually he got charged with utilizing the mail system to defraud citizens of their right to the honesty of their public officials. The state of New Hampshire was upset that he used his political position to make money for his business, and I'm not going to get political, but there is a lot of that going on today. Politicians get bribed, people use their political positions for business opportunities. Now, Philip Grandmason served his time in prison, he was a felon, and Bill Clinton pardoned him after he served his sentence so he wouldn't be a felon anymore. Now, I looked at the paperwork to figure this out, but Adam actually did an accurate job explaining what happened on a podcast.
My dad caught a federal charge for mail fraud because he allegedly was using his role as an alderman to basically get the construction company that he was employed by work, get jobs.
Now, Adam obviously has a positive view on the Clintons because they helped his dad. A lot of people speculate that Adam is a part of the Illuminati, that he is a Satan worshiper, that he has political connections that help him succeed and get away with things. It definitely is interesting. Now on to the controversies. When Adam was in his early 20s, it's hard to believe that he's only 50. Alright, he's 40, but he looks old. He made tweets insinuating that he enjoyed having sex with underage girls. Adam would develop a relationship with a 16-year-old in Canada, and the age of consent in Canada is 16. In the 80s, it used to be 14. Canadians, it's like they're proud of the fact that their laws make it easier to bang children. So Adam flew her out to come see him. Well, I guess they were kind of close since he was living in New England. And Adam, you spent $300 on the ticket, $200 on the hotel, just to get laid. You might as well have gotten a prostitute. Apparently, Adam waited till she was 19 before banging her, and then he wrote an entire blog about her like a fucking simp. And I guess 10 years later, when Adam became famous, the Canadian girl tried to say that the sex they had was non-consensual, meaning that he forced himself on her. She also said that he didn't wait till she was 19. Now, this might be an unpopular opinion, but I think rape is bad. You shouldn't do it. And thumbs up this video if you agree. Now let me make a public service announcement about rape and consent. Now before you have sex with a woman, you must have affirmative consent. You have to get her on camera saying, "I consent to this sexual encounter." You also have to have her sign a consent form with a lawyer present. After she agrees to the 100 paid consent contract, then y'all could finally get down. If you don't complete these steps, then you could go to jail or get community service. If it's not super clear, what I'm saying is it's sometimes hard to prove that you didn't do anything wrong. It's one person's word over the other. I think this woman is lying, and I will tell you why. They seem to have a very close and deep relationship from these threads. She was sending them nude pictures. She liked him so much that she got on a plane to see him. I don't think Adam would have went that length of paying for her plane ticket if they weren't having phone sex all the time. Again, it seemed like they actually liked each other. He probably didn't have to rape her. And why would she lie about this? Later on in her life, she probably felt used. She's probably bitter that Adam went on to be a public figure and she's living a mundane life. And here's the kicker. She's definitely lying when she says they had sex when she was 16 because this email sent from her, Desiree, said that before flying to Adam that she had never seen him in person before. The first time she saw him, she flew to him. Now think about that for a second. Did a 16-year-old girl take an international flight all alone? Technically, it's not illegal, but if immigration noticed a 16-year-old traveling alone to another country, then they'd probably question her, right? I mean, they stamp your passport and have a clear view of your age. In the rest of this email, she casually mentions that they had sex, consensual sex. Then she later mentions that while she was in Massachusetts to see Adam, she went ahead and fucked another guy who lives there. Wow. This girl never tried to press charges against Adam. I know they live in different countries, but you could still report it to his local sheriff. They'll question him. Same way if someone robs you in a foreign country, you can report it to the police. If she were to try to press charges against Adam, then the case would probably get thrown out. She knows that. That's why she went to social media and not the police. And I'm only going to get into this because I know y'all are going to comment about it, but Desiree accused Adam of posting her nudes without consent. She showed this archive blog post, and the pictures are censored, so we assume that they're full-on nude pictures of a possibly underage girl. However, it's interesting they censored the URL, so we couldn't find the original, and that's because she was wearing clothes. She was covering herself. You can see a change of color if you look closely. They censored it to make it look like she was fully nude in these pics to make it misleading. You could see she's wearing a top in the uncensored picture. It's obviously a smear campaign, again, misleading, and people are going for it. Then you have these posts about Adam hooking up with the 16-year-old, then it shows this picture. I'm not too sure that's Desiree. For all I know, that could be his niece or something. It could be an of-age girl who looks young. If this was an underage girl he was hooking up with, why would he take a picture with her? Is he not smart enough to know that's evidence? I don't think so. And I keep hearing that Adam has multiple victims who've come forward, but I just can't find much information. The thing with the one-armed girl was a little bit dubious. She accused him of filming them having sex without her knowing about it. If she's telling the truth, then that's messed up. But apparently, she sent Adam text messages of support when he got Me Too'd by Desiree, only for her to Me Too him later on. The next allegation is from Selena Powell. I came across a YouTube video from Point and Shoot, and he was making a case that Adam coerced Selena Powell for sex. Like, hey, if you have sex with me, then you could do my podcast.
Happens when you're pressured, tricked, threatened, or forced in a non-physical way. All right, let me break this down into an analogy. Let's say you have a really popular podcast, and there's a girl that really wants to be on your podcast, and you say, okay, yeah, sure, you can be on my podcast, let's say in a week. And she says, okay, great, a week sounds great. Then the next day, you text her and you say, hey, what are you doing? You want to come over and have sex? If she doesn't go over and have sex, she might feel like you won't follow through with the podcast next week, right? So she goes over and has sex with you, even though she doesn't like you or find you attractive in any way. She just wants to make sure you don't get mad at her and not give her a spot on the podcast like you promised. That is known as sexual coercion.
And right off the bat, Adam has never had sex with Selena Powell. This YouTuber is trying to paint a picture that is exactly what happened. Misleading, just like the thumbnail he used. Let's go on.
So this is what DJ Academics was insinuating against Adam, and I count it as an allegation. So allegedly, Adam was pressuring Selena Powell into doing pornography on the Plug Talk show when she never wanted to do that. She just wanted to make sure that Adam didn't cancel her podcast that she had set up on the No Jumper platform. So Selena Powell is the ex-girlfriend of blogger DJ Academics, and when DJ Academics found out that Selena Powell had been dabbling in the pornography, that's when all hell broke loose. DJ Academics got really, really mad at Adam, for pressuring his ex-girlfriend into doing porn, which she never wanted to do, and he did a live stream with Selena Powell exposing Adam, and basically they both insinuated that Adam was a human trafficker / sexual coercer.
So Selena Powell agreed to film a sex tape, like a professional one, for Adam's show Plug Talk. Then she would later go on a live stream with DJ Academics to say that she didn't want to do porn. And there's a few things that this guy doesn't understand or know about Selena. So she has done amateur porn before. Selena had a sex tape with Slickum from Pretty Ricky. She actually leaked it without his consent. Then she had an OnlyFans career where she had videos of her having sex with men. It's safe to assume that she had no issue with having sex on camera. Keep in mind, this is a woman who has faked pregnancies for attention. She'll do anything for clout, secretly recording herself talking to rappers. She's uploaded sex videos of men without their consent. And she's exposing Adam with DJ Academics. Well, 3 years ago, she made a video called Surviving Academics, where she was calling him a rapist and an abuser. So yeah, this is not a credible allegation against Adam22. There is one credible allegation though, and it's me. That's right. Adam touched me inappropriately. So did Lena. He coerced me. I thought I was gonna be on his show. Then he uploaded my nudes. You can't see anything, it's all censored. Here's a picture of him with someone really young looking. Did he bang him? Probably. Anyway, I'm not gonna say he's innocent. After doing this research, I'm concluding that these 3 allegations in particular are exaggerated, if not completely fabricated. People like Milk74 and Lil Pump are egging on these allegations, and that's because they hate Adam. So let's talk about the other reasons why No Jumper is losing subscribers. It's not just the sexual allegations. In the past few weeks, 5 cast members have quit. Now let's get into it. Adam would interview a transgender woman who claimed to have had sexual relations with Housephone. Housephone is one of the chubby dudes who worked for Adam. Housephone was upset that Adam made this information public, and it turned out that Housephone banged Lena before she got with Adam. He had her doing handstands, hit it from behind. They're Eskimo brothers. Lena made Adam wait a few dates before she let him hit. We don't know exactly how many dates Housephone went on with Lena before she let him hit. Maybe it was the first night. And here's why you shouldn't feel bad for Adam. This was back in 2016. This was Bald Adam. When he was in Miami, he decided to take a long road trip to see his buddy, Adam LZ. The two of them used to do BMX together. They touched wieners at summer camp. Typical friendship activity. Adam LZ was having relationship problems with his wife. She was beginning to post risky pictures on Instagram. This was going on while Adam22 was visiting. It seemed like Adam was trying to smash. Adam was flirting with her, making sexual innuendos, saying he's taking her on a date, and LZ's just tagging along.
Me and Nicole over here are going to go on a nice little date to Cheesecake Factory, and I think we're going to let Adam LZ tag along. So
She never dresses like this.
Nicole was just grilling me about my sex life. Apparently, she's very intrigued.
You're a nice guy. I'm intrigued by your lifestyle. That's what I was just gonna say.
Eiffel Tower? You think they're trying to tell us something, guys?
They want us to go to Paris and visit them.
This video is a little uncomfortable to watch. It's almost like she's intentionally flirting with Adam to make LZ bothered, to like see what he's gonna do about it, and Adam's going along with it.
The reason you've stuck around until we talk about this, what's going on with taking a break? No, Nicole and I are not getting a divorce.
Yet.
These two would actually get a divorce soon after the video, and it's rumored that Adam had unprotected sex with Nicole. The point is, Adam sees everything as fair game, so he wouldn't be too pissed about House Phone banging Lena because he has made similar moves. By the way, I did call her Xena on accident earlier, Freudian slip. Anyway, House Phone would quit. He threw water on Adam's face. I guess he paid for his mom's funeral or some shit. Meh. The next employee to quit was AD. I guess AD was mad that Adam22 interviewed Richard Spencer, who is a white supremacist. Richard is known for calling Martin Luther King a fraud, and he's done Hitler salutes. AD didn't like that and is currently trying to create his own YouTube channel called Community. He had been planning to quit No Jumper for a while, along with Dino and T-Rel. The Richard Spencer interview was just the nail in the coffin. Pretty much he left Adam when he was at a low point, and I don't think Community will be super successful. These guys are only popular because they're associated with No Jumper. Their most viewed videos are about No Jumper, so people are subscribing for the current drama. But once this fizzles out in a few days, Community is probably going to be a dead channel. And I'm calling it right now, one of these guys will try to come back to No Jumper. These guys just aren't that cool, except for Duno. But AD is not going to bring the entertainment. I've been watching No Jumper for a while, and I barely know who this guy is. AD is not a main character, he's a background guy. He's a sidekick. On top of this, Gina quit and Adam fired Lush on livestream. So pretty much the No Jumper staff is cut in half. If I was Adam, I would double down on the villain role. Like, listen, you fucks, I made you guys rich. I gave you guys names. Every day when you drive your new car, you should thank me. You guys being gone doesn't affect No Jumper because your jobs are easy to do. 5 years from now, when you guys are barely getting views on your live stream, you're gonna wish you stayed with me. Similar to Jake Paul and Team 10, most of the kids in Jake Paul's crew fell off when they left Team 10. And Adam definitely can replace these people, maybe with Lil Kelpie or something. And Adam still has Sharp, who is a main character, and Almighty Suspect. Yes, his channel has been losing subscribers, but I think he will bounce back unless something super serious comes up. But this cancel culture, man, as soon as somebody sinks, as soon as there's a chink in the armor, that's when everybody goes after you. This is happening all at once. I saw a video of Libya in the 1980s. Some dude was on trial for going to school in America. There was a booing crowd while he was explaining himself. They hung him and everybody started cheering. Human beings, bro. Nothing brings us together more than hatred. We all love feeling like we're better than somebody else. We really like teaming up against people. I normally don't feel bad for people, but I kind of feel bad for Adam, even though he worships Satan. All of these allegations will go away if he becomes an NFL player, then eventually he will become president, just like his dad wanted. Anyway, what do you guys think of Adam22? I'm out.